Coming up, the men's junior grand final. Looking at our lane assignments, it's Newport Aquatic Center. Capital Crew is in lane 2. In lane 3, Marin Rowing Association. Another crew from Everett Rowing Association in lane 4. Lane 5, you'll find Oakland Strokes. And on the far outside, it'll be Los Gatos. In lane number 6, Los Gatos with the hardest row to qualify. They were challenged the most in their preliminary heat.
Johnny took his shot low? No. We were following behind him. The director was always knees and elbows.
Fair start. Everybody off together in the men's junior grand final. Right off the starting line, Newport AC taking a quick lead over lane 3, Marin. Newport AC in lane 1, Marine in lane 3. At 100 meters, it's Marin and Newport bow for bow. Followed by Everett in lane 4, Oakland Strokes in lane 5. Lane 2, Capital has pulled up even with Everett for 3rd place. Lane 5, Oakland Strokes rowing in 5th, and Los Gatos in 6th. Approaching 250 meters now, it's Newport Aquatic with 2 seats lead over Marin. Both those boats are starting to lengthen out on the field. They both have about 6 seats up over Capital. Capital, Everett, and Los Gatos rowing neck and neck, boat for boat, bow to bow, with Los Gatos in 6th place. At 300 meters, it's not changing much. Newport Aquatic Center starting to lengthen their lead over the field. They're now 4 seats up on Marin. Marin being 6 seats up on the next 3 boats. Capital, Everett, and Oakland Strokes still rowing stroke for stroke, bow to bow. And Los Gatos in 6th place, but not losing anymore. They're hanging right in there. At 500 meters, it's Newport Aquatic with 5 seats over Marin. Marin starting to fade a little bit. We're still lane 2 Capital, lane 5 Oakland Strokes. Lane 2 Capital having a 2-seat lead over Oakland Strokes. Oakland Strokes holding a 1-seat lead over Everett, and Los Gatos is in 6th place.
Underway at the 500-meter mark in the men's junior grand final. Lane assignments, Newport Aquatic Center in lane number 1, and they're our current leader. In lane 2, it's Capital Crew. Marin in lane 3 is currently challenging the leadership. In lane 4, it is Everett Rowing Association. Oakland Strokes is in lane 5, and Los Gatos is out in lane 6. The progress call at 500 meters found Newport number 1, Marin 2, Capital Crew 3. And then comes the Oakland Strokes, Everett, and Los Gatos.
Well, the form crew in this race is the crew in lane 1, the crew that's already taken a large margin out of their rivals. That's the team, that's the crew from Newport Aquatic Center. They certainly seem to be a class act based on their times in the heat. Their heat was significantly faster than the other 2 heats. However, having said that, one can never be entirely sure that the other heats, albeit slower yesterday, might not have been cases where the crews did exactly what they needed to do in order to qualify for this final and save some of their gas for today.
They are approaching 1,000 meters in this race. And it appears that Newport has continued to hang in there. They're being challenged 2 lanes to the outside by Marin. And Everett Rowing Club Capital Crew appears to be falling back just a little bit. And then to the outside, we have Oakland Strokes and Los Gatos. The crew that had to work the hardest to qualify here, they were challenged the most, would be that Los Gatos crew on the outside edge. And whether they've got enough left to get into the hunt or not will be seen later on. But Newport on the lead.
This race again is showing the great depth of rowing in juniors, in the junior men's ranks, because apart from the outstanding crew that we're seeing in Newport, if you look across the rest of the field as it comes down in the third 500, you'll see that there's really doesn't seem to be an awful lot to separate these crews. That speaks for a good width and depth of talent across the men's junior rowing programs on the West Coast.
Newport continues on the lead, but it almost looks like a straight line across the remaining 5 crews in lanes 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Capital Crew, Marin, Everett, Oakland, and Los Gatos are all almost side by side. Newport along the shoreline as they come through the 500-meter mark to go in this race, and they have the lead. It looks like they have a little bit of open water, but it'll be interesting to see which of the remaining 5 crews decides they would like to get into at least second position here. It looks as though slightly ahead would be Marin in the middle, Capital along the shoreline, and then looking out farther, the remaining 3 appear to be Everett, Oakland, and Los Gatos. But Newport remains on the lead.
Yes, I thought I saw a little bobble in the Everett crew there for a moment, and they do appear to be missing a little bit of water at the catch. That sometimes happens when crews get down and frantic in the final stages of a race. So this race could well go to whoever holds their form and technique best in the final stages when they're under extreme physical duress.
With 2:50 to go, it is Newport continuing to open a gap. But out there in lane 4, Everett seems to have righted the ship a bit, but Capital along the shoreline appears to have that second spot. This is Newport Aquatic Center across and with open water. Then it looks like a strong boat race between Capital Crew and Everett, with Marin in the middle having lost out of their second position. This is Newport Aquatic Center with a commanding lead, so the attention, just for interest's sake, might be turned to Capital Crew now in that second spot. It is Marin challenging Everett to pick up a third position for bragging rights there, but looking out to the finish of our race, the unofficial yet apparent winner appears to be Newport Aquatic Center. Then we're looking at Capital Crew, and right now Marin and Everett are battling it out, and it appears that Everett may have jumped up there and picked up that fourth position, with the final finishers being Oakland Strokes and Los Gatos.
Well, Alan, a very fine junior racing there, a win for the Northern California team from Los Gatos in the women's junior, and a win for the Southern California team in the men's junior. So some very impressive performances, and the coaches of the Los Gatos women and the Newport men should go away from this regatta feeling very proud of the job that they've done with their athletes, and very proud of the job that their athletes have done.
A reminder, with some of our exciting finishes, you might want to keep those as a keepsake. We have DVDs that will be available about an hour after the race ends. Stop by the merchandising tent and check into your DVD